And that is all the more true if the woman is
Taylor Swift in this light where she is not necessarily.
Plus, what scientists have learned about how to age well.
That's ahead.
First, the news.
All right, so my oldest son, Tovin, the other day said something that I felt like was really cool. He said, "Dad, I want to be like you and Mom." Now, this is a Thursday afternoon around 2 o'clock, and I'm chopping vegetables for dinner. And I turn and say, "What do you mean?" And he said, "I want to be at home in the middle of the day. I don't want to go into an office and work." And he said, "I want to go on trips with my family across the country for the whole summer." And I love what he was communicating there. I like the way he was saying what he wanted out of life. What I interpret from what Tovin said is I want flexibility. I want something that brings more life to me. I want to not have to sell my hours of the best years of my life to an employer. I want freedom. And I think about how many of us, including myself, ask the question to kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think the better question is, what is the good life? How do you get there? How many kids do you know that have said, I want to be a firefighter? When they picture what a firefighter is, they're thinking about driving a big red truck. He's just thinking about those cool things like sliding down the pole. I feel like I could make a whole video on what our culture pushes as a narrative for what the good life is and how to get there. But that's actually not what I was thinking about making this video. What I was thinking about was teamwork. It got me to thinking about what my role in that conversation with Tovin was. As a dad, I want to guide my kids in life on things that are meaningful, purposeful, how to guide them in wisdom and growth. If you're thinking about the idea of teamwork, it's part of my job description. It's part of my position on the team to be a guider to my children and to help them think about what's most important in life. My job roles are dad and husband. And Lindsay has 2 job roles. She's mom and wife. Tovin has 2 job roles, big brother and son. Bennett, young brother and son. It got me to thinking a lot about, like, if a basketball team is seeking to get the most amount of points to win a game, and each player on that team, whether it's a forward or a guard, I'm not a sports guy, so I had to actually look up the basketball positions. But if it's each person on that team's job to work collectively to push a goal forward to win the game, what if we saw the family in the same way? Dad has a position and mom has a position. Each of the kids have a position. And we work together towards some goal. And what's that goal? Living the best life possible. Now that looks different to different people. Some families, their goals might be, hey, I want to get my kid as far along in that sport so that they can become a professional in their sport. For us, I think winning the game is loving more, loving one another more, loving our neighbor better, living more passionately, living with more adventure, living with freedom and not being stuck in something that we hate, wiser in the decisions that we make as a family, more servant-hearted, more hospitable. These are the things that I think about are a win for us as a family. My goal this week is for each of us to write down our position in the family. What it is that's expected of us, what it is that brings the most energy and purpose and mission to the family as a whole, so that we can live that better life that we're shooting for. Final thing I want to teach my kids this week, or probably for the rest of their lives, is to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. This video and all the other ones that I'm trying to make at the same time make me feel uncomfortable. I feel like I don't have the skill set or the know-how or good storytelling skills yet, things that are interesting enough to keep people sticking around to the end of the video. So I'm doing this thing that I feel uncomfortable with, and I want them to learn to do things that they feel uncomfortable with and to not be afraid of failure. This video might not be failure, it just might not be very good. And I might post it and nobody watches it and nobody cares, and that's fine. But guess what? I learned some new things, and I've also learned to put myself into positions where people It's too long-winded. Those are the things I'm hoping to work with my kids on. Wish me luck.